This woman right here is Takaya Shikimurua. She is not a normal girl. She is one of the hottest idols at the moment and the granddaughter of Takaya Ashiki Taizo, the chairman of the Taiken Group, Japan's ruling corporate giant. Her wealth and influence are both far beyond any ordinary person, making her a real-life princess. On the other hand, this is me, Suzuki Kazuma, a plain, gloomy guy who doesn't even have friends, let alone a girlfriend, the textbook definition of a loner. If I had any definite meaning, it's that I happen to be childhood friends with Takayashiki Murua. I spent my whole life as Rua's shadow, but I don't want to be special like her. I just want to experience having friends and a girlfriend like a normal person. I once told her about how I felt, but her reply was, "Are you stupid? You're just a gloomy loser. Know your place. You are only worth being my childhood friend, and that alone has used up all your life's fortune. Get that in your head. Know your place. Know your place. Know your place." The word she had repeated to me since childhood weighed on me like a curse. I was nothing but a slave, but even then, I couldn't stop longing for a normal life. In the spring of my first year in high school, I got a text from her saying, "Hey, Kazu, can you make it to the train station at 3? I'm going karaoke with Ai-chan and the others. Will you come with us?" The main character thinks about it. That girl, Ai-chan, Hirakaki Ayaka, that flashy gal, I never even talked to her. Why me? He observed the girl saying, "Didn't you say you wanted to make a friend? A girlfriend? The best way to do that is to join an allied group like ours. Come on, you just need to take the first step." The main character thought this was the chance for him to change. He wanted to change, so he even dressed up as best as he could, gathered his courage, and went to a hairdresser. But as he got to the VIP club and opened the door, thinking, "I'm starting to become a new me in order to change," everyone started laughing as soon as he entered that room. They were saying, "Seriously? He really came? Gross, that's so funny. He even cut his hair, lol." Everyone was laughing. They were saying, "No way, he smells like he came out of a hair salon, and he's wearing a jacket, lol." I see. So this was a setup. The main character thinks, still keeping a cold face. His childhood friend said, "Wait, don't laugh, you guys." He really tried his best. Even she was laughing. Only the star girl, Ai-chan, wasn't. He observed his childhood best friend saying, "What's wrong, Kazu? You're just standing in that spot. Come on, cry already. I bet 10,000 yen that you would end up bawling." The main character says, "Just tell me one thing. Did I do something wrong?" He said, "What did I do to deserve this?" The girl says, "Huh? That's obvious. You're my slave. It's as simple as this. Go on and struggle in frustration. Put on a show for us now." He observed her evilish side, saying, "Honestly, I can't stand the thought that you are my childhood friend." When a main character heard all of these things, it felt like something just broke. I see. This must be the sound of a bond being shattered. The main character replied with, "Yes, same here. Let's cut ties, Rua." The main character said that out loud. She was absolutely shocked and devastated. In the next second, she started shouting, saying, "Who do you think you are? Do you even know what you're saying? A loser like you talking back to me." The main character replied, "You were the only one complaining in the first place." The girl said, "Huh? Don't mess with me, you idiot. I have every right to hate you, but you don't get to hate me. A brat like her being a top idol? The world has gone mad." The main character says as he punches the table with all of his force and leaves, "So it's settled." The guys sitting there all had their faces covered with sweat, saying, "That's so lame. Stop trying to act cool. You don't need to worry about that guy, Rua-chan." But the girl was devastated. "Hey, wait a second," Ai-chan says. "Is the table seriously broken?" It looked like the main character shattered the table in one punch. "Hey, no way, did he do this? There's no freaking way. It must have been cracked from the start. There's no way a normal person can break a table with his bare hands." "You're right." Everyone tried to calm down the girl. The girl, who was crying, says, "I will never forgive you for speaking of our friendship." But the main character finally felt some peace as he was going home. He says, "For some reason, I feel so refreshed. It's like the world itself is glowing. Why was I letting her control me all this time? I'd much rather face high school alone than sell my soul to a beast wearing human skin." We observe the glow in the main character's eyes as he says, "That's right. From now on, I don't have to live as her shadow anymore. I'm a free soul. The horizons of the main character had broadened, and a new adventure had started. That night, we observed the old man. This is the chairman of the Taiken Group and director of Taiken Academy, Takaya Taizo. Someone says, "Grandpa," and the man's attitude changes to one of a grandfather, a loving one. As this happens, we observe the girl, the main character's childhood friend, coming in, saying, "Listen to this. Kazu was being mean to me today. He actually said he's breaking off our friendship." The woman who was with the grandfather turned around, saying, "Rua-chan, is that really true? He just ignored you." This is the cousin of the girl. Her name is Takaya Shukijigira. The girl says, "I can't believe it. Kazu has never once opposed me until now." The cousin of the girl says, "Did he really do that?" She had sweat on her face and couldn't believe it. She asked, "Maybe you said something nasty to him, didn't you?" The girl was a bit startled as she says, "That's not it." She says, "I only said stuff like, 'You are my slave,' or 'It sucks being your childhood best friend,' and all that." Everyone there exactly knew what happened, and the cousin of hers said, "That's pretty bad, yeah." The grandfather says, "Exactly. It's only natural that Kazuma would be mad." The girl couldn't understand it, saying, "That's not true. I was just teasing him until, come on, the moment Kazu started high school, he suddenly wanted friends and a girlfriend. Isn't that ridiculous?" Her cousin says, "It's pretty normal to want to make more friends." The girl says, "No, it is not. After all, doesn't he have me?" The world's cutest princess, Rua, is always by his side, and yet the idea that he wanted to get close to anyone else, especially other girls, is unbelievable. So, it's totally fine for me to tease him just a little bit, right? I am the only one in the world. I'm the only one who understands him the most. That is because I love him." She says that out loud. Her grandfather says, "Yes, it's Kazuma's fault, all that. He is the doting grandfather." Well, the cousin of hers says, "But if you want to make up, Rua should be the one to apologize." The girl says, "There is no way." She says to her cousin, "Aren't you the mentor of his? Figure out something and make this right. Make him apologize to the adorable me and say, 'I really love you, Rua,' and then kiss me." She says that out loud. Her cousin says, "A kiss, huh? Well, great uncle, you intend to make him the husband of Rua-chan, don't you?" "Of course, that's why I assigned you to be his mentor, to teach him martial arts and the art of leadership. My granddaughter likes him too, and a talent like his is one of a kind." We observe the woman saying, "Talent? Yes, you're absolutely right. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Ever since elementary school, his grades have always been straight threes. He purposely scored average to fit in. All of this was part of his training to become the shadow of Rua. If he were to stop holding back, forget getting straight fives, the whole school, the entire country, no, the world itself would be shaken. And if that wasn't enough, he's ridiculously popular with girls. I can't even count how many we had to transfer out because they liked him. Thanks to that, he doesn't even realize he's popular." We observe the girl smirking, saying, "Foo, foo, of course, that's my Kazu, after all." The grandfather says, "Yes, he is a worthy candidate to take over the Taiken Group." The cousin of the girl says, "But now that he has cut ties with her, Kazuma has no reason to suppress himself anymore. Whether it's athletics, academics, or even romance, things might spiral out of control now." The next morning, as school started, there was a bench, and on the bench was written, "Looks like your seat was reset to day one. LOL. What's with this?" Apparently, some dude actually went against the princess. Must be a dumb idiot. I see. So that's how it is. The main character looked towards it. He thinks, "I had a vague idea, but that childhood friend of mine, that ultra-wealthy heiress and top idol, is nothing but the absolute worst pick of a human being. Well, in that case, there are only two options left for me. First, reset the desks and chairs to their proper place and attend class without making a fuss. And the other option, run to the staff room. Yeah, that isn't even an option for me because this is the academy owned by her, exactly her grandfather. Its mission is to train S-class talent and make it the world's number one. It is known by the public as S-Class Academy. Studying sports, those who excel in each field will be exempt from tuition and dormitory fees. Students from across the nation are recruited under a special scholarship system. Those with exceptional talent belong to the upper rank, while the common masses are designated as lower ranks. This caste system governs the academy, sometimes from behind the scenes, sometimes in plain sight. The most influential person in the whole academy is the girl, Takayashiki Rua, also known as Princess Rua. On top of that, the chairman of the school is her grandfather. Naturally, all the teachers are very sweet towards her. If I bring my complaint to the staff room, the results are obvious. In that case, will you choose option 1? Put everything back in place and remain silent in the class? No, since I made up my mind to live alone. As he brought out his pen, he says, there's a third alternative. This should be good enough. As he wrote below that, so with that, I will be studying on my own. Since this is an order from Takaya-san, please count me as present. Suzuki Kazuma. Everyone there was in shock, saying, no way, is this for real? Aren't they afraid of the princess? Now, then, it would be troublesome if someone found out, so that means here it is. As the main character opened the door, an underground library, this is a place that most of the students and even some teachers don't know about. Since I'm a regular at the academy, a senior from the library committee let me in on this secret spot. I'll wait here until class is over. I always want to just live a normal life. Well, now that I've gone against her, I don't think I'll be able to make any friends or a girlfriend. If that's the case, let me live on my own. As we observe him entering the room, the girl was changing her dress, and he saw her in her undergarments. She freaked out and screamed. At that moment, he had no idea about the story that was about to begin. Where I seek an ordinary life, I am being surrounded by extraordinary girls. This is the life of Kazuma. In days far from peaceful, his life shall begin. Meanwhile, his childhood friend thinks, I wonder if Kazu will be crying and apologizing soon. Looks like there's going to be much more fun than we anticipated.